Welcome to the shooting show. This week, two professional stalkers combine as Chris Dalton takes out a client on Paul Childerley's patch in Bedfordshire. Plus we bring you all the latest news from the shooting world.
Yeah, we're just back up to Scotland, had a week away down with Paul Childerley, stalking 2 estates, annual jaunt. We filmed it before and covered it in Sporting Rifle magazine. Usual team of guys down, essentially big sort of stalking and shooting grounds, but there's a lot of emphasis on the shooting, the game shooting, so fairly narrow window to kind of stalk the deer. First 2.5 days we're down in Hertfordshire.
Okay, that's the boys, just arriving at Phil's, early morning. First morning, about to get a brief. Going down to the shoot up. I'll get out before the light comes up and just get mostly into high seats. I think the main target this morning is fallow. There's quite a lot of fallow. Shooting season not long finished, so that's the main source of attention this morning, I believe.
I took Elmer out on the first morning. Elmer Fudd, alias Paul Childerley. We were after primarily, we were really trying to concentrate on the fallow, but muntjac were also on the call sheet. No big bucks, in fact we weren't really to shoot anything that was representative, so small cull bucks, you know, antlers got less than sort of 3/4 of an inch and below were fine, but primarily does, so that's kind of what we're after. The first morning, really quite tricky stalking, it was quite still, but we did get in very close to a fallow, really just in between the trees. It was probably no more than 40 to 45 yards away. Paul was kind of on the side of me, and he actually had a clear line of sight, and pretty confident, pretty good shot normally, so he had the next shot option. Had a bit of a drama actually. We missed a fallow, which is, to be fair, is unusual for him, so we kind of called a halt to proceedings, so we've done a re-zero, and then just before we got back for breakfast managed to get into a muntjac buck, and fortunately shot that quite well. Hey! So it really wasn't poor shooting, although he's had his leg ripped out of him, and that's going to live with him for the rest of the week, rest assured. It's cost him several beers already. Day 2 AM if you like, and again, because of the situation, Phil asked us to go back into the grounds. I mean, it's quite large grounds.
Boys just arriving now, as you can see, still well before daylight. Went out with Ryan this morning. Guys are all coming in. That's the Dailies just arriving. Just see the little bit of a hint of light coming up in the sky, but we'll have to get out into position before daylight. Just get settled in whichever wood we're allocated.
A little bit of a better idea where we were going, having sort of recce'd it the night before. So we were out at first light, and we did see a few muntjac actually, but they were all, it's quite tricky because they were all in the thick cover, and whilst they weren't far away and we got some to stand and all the rest of it, there was never a clear shot, shooting through bramble, shooting through bracken, so we couldn't really get anything. So we just kind of stalked on, and then we got a muntjac, a young muntjac doe came out. It was actually 210 yards shot. It was right up one of the rides, and we had to wait for ages. Brian down on the bipod, squeaking and groaning about his neck, broken neck and all the rest of it, but I gave him a kick and he shut up. And after watching it for an age, it was asked to us, and it kind of feeding on something, turned left and gave him the shot. And actually, it was a pretty good shot because you didn't have a big target with a you know, little muntjac doe was only like yay big, and it was a good shot. Deer actually dropped on the spot. So as we recovered the the young doe, muntjac on our right, on our way down to it, about 100 yards before we got to it, started barking like only muntjac can do. Really not very happy about the fact that we were walking through her territory, and just continued to bark. And we actually thought we were going to have a go for it, so I actually stalked Brian in through the trees into an area of the garden, ducked under a few kind of rhododendron bushes. Unfortunately, the muntjac was stood on the edge of a pond, kind of looking back at us, not aware of us because the wind was right. And Brian was able to actually get down with a nice clear shot, safe backstop, to shoot underneath the kind of rhoddies and the holly bushes, which you'll see on camera. I don't think I actually got the physical shot because I didn't want to move down as well. We were that close to it. I think if we all started leaping around, I think the thing might have gone. So again, within no more than 5 minutes of shooting the young doe, we'd got another muntjac doe on the ground, and 10 minutes before breakfast, nicely back to the truck for collection. So again, a successful morning stalk, and a very happy owner who actually bumped into us as we were walking back to the house to be picked up by Phil and get the deer in the pickup. So job done.
Well, the sporting rifle stalking duo making it work there. And now it's the Shooting Show News.
This is the Shooting Show News. If you live in Cleveland, Lancashire or Leicestershire, good news. Your police force is one of the fastest at turning around certificate applications. That's the news from the latest analysis of processing times for shotgun and firearms certificate grants and renewals conducted by BASC. At the bottom of the rankings are South Wales, Dorset and West Midlands. Overall, most forces got slightly faster at processing applications in the last year. Crimes against raptors need to stop, full stop, or shooting will suffer. BASC issued this warning in response to a Nature research paper on hen harrier disappearances. Caroline Bedell, BASC's Executive Director of Conservation, said raptor persecution risked terminal damage to shooting. She said shooting famously claims to be self-regulating. We have to make this a reality for raptor persecution, or those who are no friends to shooting will step in and do it for us. Brits have won a medal in mixed pairs trap, one of the new Olympic shooting events replacing double trap. Matt Coward-Holly and Kirsty Barr took bronze in the mixed event at the ISSF World Cup stage in Acapulco. In a closely fought event, they had to shoot off to make it to the final. Then they were just one target behind the USA when they exited in third place. For more news like this, pick up Clay Shooting magazine every month. The Game and Wildlife Conservation Trust will be the Game Fair's chosen charity this year. A regular exhibitor at the Game Fair, the GWCT has carried out scientific research into Britain's game and wildlife since the 30s. Now the Game Fair expects to raise up to £25,000 for the charity. Donations can be made when buying tickets, camping and packages in advance through the Game Fair website. That was the Shooting Show News.
Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you're not a member of BASC, it's time to join now. BASC, looking after your sport, looking after you. This has been The Shooting Show.